Hi, I'm Candace. I'm the owner of Titus 2 Tallow and also a skincare brand called Celery. And these are all my products for Titus 2 Tallow. I'm in the process of reformulating all the products for Celery. So that's something that you're interested in watching, the reformulation and rebranding of a brand. Make sure that you're subscribed. This channel is dedicated to studio vlogs. I'm showing you behind the scenes of my business and all the things behind a handmade skincare brand. Right now I am packing some orders. During the summer months, I offer a fast shipping with insulation for my products because a lot of them are whipped and there's a possibility of melting in hot temperatures. Hey, it's future Candace. The video footage I had of showing the process of putting together these insulated packages was all blurry, so I am doing it again. Luckily, I have some orders that need to go out with the insulation option. So I have 3 orders with the 5C serum. That's a very popular product. And so I have this roll of insulation bubble wrap that I line my boxes with. So I'm going to get that prepared and placed in the box. Usually on just having the 5C serum, I use my smallest box, but because of the extra room the ice packs take up, I have to use a larger box for that. It's an additional cost in a lot of ways. I'm using this insulation bubble wrap and it takes a lot more time. These need to be frozen the night before along with doing the ice packs. And then also the package is going to be heavier, so that's going to be more expensive. And there's a faster shipping time. Instead of doing ground UPS shipping, I'm doing priority, so that's also an extra cost. Since there's going to be 3 boxes with exactly the same size, I'm going to get 3 of these cut out. And because I want the insulation around all the edges, I'm going to also measure this side too. Having a really hard time seeing the line that I need to follow. There's just a really bad reflection of the light. I keep on veering off course here. There we go. Okay, so I have my insulation pieces cut up. Okay, let's assemble these 3 boxes. I don't use tissue paper for these since I don't want them to get wet in any kind of way from the ice packs or the frozen product. And this bubble wrap gives it extra protection too during shipping, so that's an added benefit of using this. I'm sure there's a lot of other kinds of ways to do this. I know there's the bags that you can get and different ways to protect products during shipping with having to do with keeping things cold, but this is just how I'm doing it right now. I might change how I do this in the future. If you have any tips or how you ship out products during the summer without things melting over 2 to 3 days shipping time, please let me know. I'm up for suggestions. The biggest issue that I come across is the affordability of it. So something that makes sense price-wise. Even though the customer is paying for this extra shipping, really it's just covering the cost of shipping it priority mail. It doesn't it doesn't cover much of the cost of the materials or the time. So typically I'll put 2 ice packs in. There's a lot of space in this box for this jar. I like to put in 3 ice packs, so it's kind of covering the product from all around. I'm going to get these ice packs prepared and then we'll prepare the jar. Something I wanted to mention is if you're a maker contemplating doing something like this, make sure that you test your product as to whether or not it is suitable for freezing. My product is just fine with freezing. It doesn't change the texture or properties of the product, but some formulations could be affected by freezing temperatures like that. I think it'd be kind of cool to get those, a little styrofoam little container that for this to go into. I don't know how it would work with the ice packs, maybe putting one on the top and the bottom. That could be an option I look into. Some makers don't make or ship out whipped products during the summertime just because the logistics of shipping these out is can be very challenging. There can be a lot of customers that are not happy. Depending on the stability of their product, it can melt very easily during the shipping process. We can't control the environment that the product is in while it's being shipped, so we just have to do the best we can. Okay, I'm going to be wrapping these in my paper. Let's move these over. I really hope that you can see me because the other footage was just so blurry and at a bad angle, and I was blocking a lot of it during the time. I might be doing that now too, so I apologize. So I like using this, I think it's called honeycomb paper. It seems to protect my products really well during shipping. So I'll get these guys wrapped up. The products that I would freeze before I ship them out would be just the whipped products. So it would be my 5C serum, all my whipped tallow body butters, the whipped tallow and honey balm, the whipped tallow and tansy balm, and a future product that I'm coming out with. So keep watching future videos because I show the making of that future product. All right, let's get that out of the way. All right, I just went into my storage room and just grabbed a little bit of these packing peanuts. Okay, so I'm going to nestle that in there and then just fill up the rest of the space with these packing peanuts. Okay, I'm gonna finish getting these ones with the popcorn and then we'll get the samples. So a little bit about my 5C serum and maybe why it's such a bestseller is that it is a vitamin C serum, and there is a few forms of vitamin C that are oil soluble actives. One is tetrahexyl decyl ascorbate. It's a mouthful, and it is a very effective oil soluble vitamin C. And that's one of the C's that's in the 5C serum. The other C's, so we got vitamin C, calendula, chamomile, carrot, and calming actives. So this product is meant to glow and calm all in one balm. So that's my little slogan with it. I really love it. Only a very small amount is needed, and I apply it daily, day and night myself. And I actually mix it with a little bit of the tallow and tansy serum. and I just place just a really little bit in the palm of my hand. I kind of scoop it out with my nail and put it in the palm of my hand. It warms up to my body temperature, and I also squirt a pump or two of the aloe and oat moisturizer, and I mix that all together and then apply it at once. And I like to apply it to hydrated skin. So when my skin is still damp after a shower, after washing my face, or I'll use a hydrating mist or another type of hydrating product and then place that on top. So that really helps it sink in and not sit on top. Because if you have dehydrated skin and you're putting an emollient like tallow on top of dehydrated skin, you're locking in that dehydration. And we don't want to do that. We want to lock in hydration. So hydrate the skin and then apply. Okay, so I got my thank you cards, and let's see. Just have a few of these Farmhouse apricot soap samples left, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in. And just to keep those protected during shipping, I'm going to use these little bags. We don't want the soap to get soggy on the way over, do we? The ice packs melt. Okay, and then I'm just gonna put that on top. The little bit of touch that I want to include on the packaging is just using my little stickers. I love these. I think they're just so cute. They're just like little Highland cows with flowers. Perfect for spring and summer. Some orders I get have multiple items, or maybe one item will need to be frozen the night before and protected with the insulation, and then the rest of the order is like soaps and body lotions or the foaming hand soap. So there's a lot of times that I am getting prepared much larger boxes than this with the added insulation. I'm really particular with how things are packaged. There's a little bit of a gap here on the top just because there's a lot of stuff in there. So I'm gonna put tape around these sides and then close it up too. Not only do I think it's just an added protection during shipping, just to try to keep the cold in and the hot from getting in. And I think it also shows the customer that there is an attention to detail and a care about the product. I can't tell you how many times I've ordered something from a high-end retailer, and their packaging is just absolutely terrible. They have these like the packaging they put their products in is beautiful, but then they'll just throw their products in an empty box and ship it out, and they're just flying everywhere during shipping. They're not protected. There's so many times I've seen that. Okay, so I'm going to tape up the rest of the boxes. Leave down below in the comment section how much money you would spend as a customer having this done for shipping, having the insulation, just trying to do everything possible to ensure the product gets to you and without being melted, the extra time it takes to do it, and also the faster shipping, and which takes about 2 to 3 days instead of 5 days usually. Let me know. I'd like to know in your customer thinking, how much is that worth to you? Last thing to do is get these in a poly mailer. And it looks like I have 2 of these left, so I'm going to be all out of that. The American flag and one of my lavender colored ones. I love all the different styles of poly mailers that are available and changing it up for the seasons. The best ones I've found are for autumn and winter. They're just so adorable. I'm not going to seal it up yet. I still need to put the thank you card and the packing slip in there and write a little note on the packing slip. I try to do that with every order. Sometimes it doesn't happen though, with writing a little note on them. I think that's an additional nice personal touch. I'm just going to get the shipping labels printed out, so enjoy the rest of the video. I have a few more orders to pack up, and luckily my husband is going to town, so I'm going to be sending all my packages off with him so that they can go to their new homes. The other thing I have planned for today is I'm infusing some coffee into tallow for a brand new product, so I'll show you that later. I'm done packing all the orders, and I decided to kind of reconfigure this room because the tables aren't working out for me perfectly, and it's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time. And since there's a lot of construction and reorganizing going on, and I am not able to really make anything right now, I'm going to spend my time to reorganize, and so I'll show you what I have planned. This is mid rearranging, so that's why it's a lot of stuff is not where it usually is. But this is where I pack orders, and it is a lower table, like a regular size table, and I need something taller. So I'm planning on using one of my stainless steel formulating tables, bringing that in here in this place, and it also has a shelf below, so I'll be able to use some really good storage space. So it didn't take too long, but I got the room cleared out, got all the tables out. I'm just moving this one over. So this turned out to be a bigger project than I could even imagine. I took everything off my soap shelf and it's on this table. So I need to get this table that was my packing table against this wall, against the wall. I should have done that before I put all this product on here. I think what I'm going to do is put this table against the wall and have that shorter table that used to have my computer against here. I'm hoping that it hits right at that outlet right there. So I got all the tables in here. So it's completely different than what I had originally thought it was going to be. It's different for me because I was used to the same layout for so long. I couldn't fit the black shelving that I originally had the soaps on, so I just put this one in here for now. I don't know how many soaps are going to fit on there, but I'm going to work on filling that right now. I was able to get way more soap on this shelf than I expected. These are all foaming sugar scrubs on the bottom there, solid dish soaps, and then my bar soaps, and then my facial soaps right there. I think I'm done for the day organizing everything. I have some bins of just paperwork that I need to go through and organize and figure out where that's gonna go. But I'll just show you around and show you where I ended up putting things. It's totally different than when I thought it was going to, how it was gonna be arranged in the first place. But I'm so glad it turned out like it is. It's gonna be so much better, more functional, and more organized. So I'll start over here on this table. I ended up keeping my printer on the floor and then putting the tower of my computer on the floor there. So there's plenty of workspace here that I have. And continuing around this L shape. Fortunately, these aren't the same level, but I think I can change the footing of the table leg there to make it more level. There, I just have my all my labels here. I would like to have them organized somewhere, but that's where they're at right now. And then I have my little shipping label printer, my scale for shipping. This is the copier I use to print out my labels. And I just put some things down here that I need for storage and that go along with shipping things out. I need to empty my trash, but that was a good place to put the trash, right where I need it. I have my shred paper on the ground. I prefer to have that up off the ground, so I might change that later. I put all my boxes and some packing materials along this shelf and underneath, and I have some boxes that are all ready to go to get shipped up. I like to do that as I like to get quite a bit of boxes ready to go because it just makes shipping so much easier, not having to assemble the boxes and get the tissue paper already. If that's already done, then it's super fast. And I organized this unit just a little bit differently. I went through it and there was some old labels I don't use anymore. I put my samples and my thank you cards in these in the same units, the clear acrylic containers they were in, but I just put them in the shelving. And then right here is just some things I use quite frequently when I ship, and just having it in a little container makes it so much more easy. And we always need paper towels. And then coming around, so you saw that I organized that, and then I was able to put my print up that I like. I would like to get more to put around the room. And this top shelf I need to organize. It just has some random things on it. I have some space here for some product, one of the products that I'm making, and I still need to show you what I was working on today with the coffee infused tallow. Keep on watching and I'll show you. And then just organized the products, and luckily there's enough space here that I can get down and get the products easily. And then we're back at the computer, and so I'd love to put some artwork up here. This window has a really deep window box, and so I just put the label paper in there so it's out of the way and not on the table here, just to utilize the space. So I still have plenty of room for more organization. This is a good start, and I'm very pleased with how it all turned out. And this is a little behind the scenes of a product that I will be coming out with pretty soon. I'm waiting on the packaging to arrive, and then I'll be able to make the product. But this is tallow and coffee beans, and I'm going to be using this to make an eye product. So I'm really excited about this. And this is a really large ball glass container. It is 32 ounces, I believe. It's 8 quarts. I think that's how it works out. I fill a crock pot with water, and I let that go on high, and then I just place this mason jar within it so it keeps the temperature really nice and stable during the infusion. So I started this yesterday. I'm gonna let it go one more night to get a really nice deep infusion. So the last thing is showing you an update of the construction, the remodeling that's going on in my formulating room. So let's go on in. So my contractor did a lot today. He was busy. He got all the walls mudded and textured. He installed 3 brand new lights and all of the panels on the ceiling. They're brand new. They're just very even light, and it almost looks like skylights, which is really pretty. He has 2 of the 3 windows prepped and ready to go, and also the doorway, but he's going to spray paint absolutely everything tomorrow. So this is gonna be completely painted tomorrow. And then all that's left is the floor installation, which will go really fast. And then the trim work around everything, which might take a little bit of time. So it looks like things might get done in time because it's Monday today. And so I think it might get done. He's also going to paint the door for me too, so it goes with the room. So that's gonna be really nice, having everything kind of go together and match and not look industrial or commercial. It's gonna look very homey and cozy, which is what I want. So thank you so much for following along with me today. I can't believe all this stuff I got done today. I was not even planning on redoing my room, but I just got the idea to finally get it done. I've been wanting to redo that room for a very long time, and I just decided to do it and got my boys to help with moving some of the furniture back and forth, and just got it done. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll see you next time.